Hello everyone, I'm Leon Bailey from Beyond Fames. Today I'm going to go over a lot of changes. I'm going to be discussing the changes of Beyond Fames, my games, and the tutorials, and a lot more. So let's begin. Again, Beyond Fames got a rebrand, and most obviously a new name. I went from Fame Games to Beyond Fames for two reasons. One, I want to express Beyond Fames' motto, play beyond the frame, which means my games are more than the game itself. I want my game to inspire change in people, to show people that they are never alone, and to build a community that encourages others to speak up by having sensitive and difficult topics in my games that need to be talked about, and they are handled with care, love, and respect. So I want my games to be more than the frame you're seeing, hence play beyond the frame. And the second reason is I want to do more than just games, and obviously Fame Games only limits that to games, because the most obvious example of this is that I do tutorials, not just games. And to be honest, I prefer the name Beyond Fames and the new logo and style. Okay, this is the biggest update about the games. I've learned a lot about game development when I've been inactive, and I've got good news and bad news. Well, bad news for now. We'll start with the bad news so we can boost it off with a high. If you're a game developer or anyone creative, you may be able to relate to this. You set the standards and end goal too high because you compare your game to like the AAA games out there, which I did heavily while I was working on Project Willow. I used to compare it to games like Resident Evil 7 and Silent Hill 2 and games like that, which I can't really do, I'm just a one-man team. So I've learned how to cut games shorter by just having one core, strong gameplay loop. But there'll be a later video on that. And sadly, games like Project Willow and Gloom Doom just don't have that. Again, the standards are set too high. Unfortunately, they are cancelled for now. But later on in the future, I do kind of want to pick them up and try and more indie-fy them. So I do want to pick these up after my first commercial release, which is In Loving Memory. This is the current game I'm working on, and that video I was mentioning earlier, so I've learned how to cut games shorter by just having one core, strong gameplay loop. But there'll be a later video on that. That'll be the first devlog on In Loving Memory, how a game jam changed my life forever. But if you're interested in seeing that, go subscribe and click the bell so you get notified for the next upload. Anyway, let's get back to talking about In Loving Memory. Blast your way through a paint-styled afterlife where every battle reveals a piece of your past. Survive action-packed boomer shooter-styled waves filled with a variety of enemies that represent your inner demons. Explore forgotten memories through an exploration walking simulator-style interactive environment to uncover the emotional truth and rest beside your loving wife. As you'll see later in the video and now with the screenshots, the game has paint-styled graphics which create these beautiful scenes. If you're like me and like a heartfelt emotional story with a mix of a challenging yet enjoyable experience, then wishlist In Loving Memory today on Steam. Link down below. The combat is inspired by games like Twisted Tower and Ultra Kill. Exploration aspects are inspired by games like Gone Home and What Remains of Edith Finch. And the art style is inspired by Life is Strange. Again, if this sounds interesting to you, please consider wishlisting the game on Steam, as it helps the game out a lot. The link will be down below. If you want to go a step further, you can subscribe to my mailing list on the Beyond Fames website down below. I'll also be streaming the development of the game on YouTube and releasing devlogs. If you have any questions, let me know down below in the comments. Tutorials are going to start again, but with some changes. Now, the biggest issue I had with making tutorials is by trying to make 2 episodes of 3 different series in a week, while also trying to make an indie game, which is just not really doable. But I still want to make tutorials to help out you guys, so now I'm only going to be doing 2 series a week. And I'm going to be restarting them because I'm going to be using Unity 6.5. And plus, as the tutorials got on later, I just didn't really like them that much. So I'm going to be restarting the 2 most popular series on my channel, which is how to make a survival horror game in Unity and how to make a racing game in Unity. And there'll be an episode a week on each series, one on Tuesday and one on Friday. And these will start around in July. However, if you want more and to have the tutorials even earlier, you can subscribe to my Patreon, which also supports my channel and my games. You'll get 2 episodes a week on each series, and you'll also get them earlier. If you want to go a step forward, you can get the Developer Edition plan, which gives you early access to the videos and the source code for each tutorial series. So you literally get all the project files for all the tutorial projects. Episodes will start to be released on Patreon in the next upcoming week. However, this is not a necessity. It is simply there if you want it and want to help out the channel and my games. So if you do join it, thank you sincerely. Now, there is a Discord server, but it's currently being revamped. But I'm going to be doing more community-based things, such as getting feedback from my games, joining on VC while I I make my game, and just overall just talking to you guys. So if you're interested, come and join it. Anyway, I hope you like the changes and understand them. Again, if you have any questions, just let me know down below. And again, if you are interested in Living Memory, it would mean a lot to me if you went and wishlisted the game on Steam down below. And again, there'll be a devlog released at some point. And remember, if you want to get tutorials early and the source code for them, you can go subscribe to my Patreon. Again, link down below. Anyway, hope you all have a good day, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.